wasn't really a seismic shift. It was a seismic shift in the NBA because what he did, nobody saw this coming, Skip. We kept asking, why won't he make a decision? If he's going to the Clippers or whomever he's going to, why won't he do this Sunday? Why won't he do this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Because the Clippers did not have in place what he needed them to have in place. And once they could swing the pendulum and snag Paul George, boom, it happened. Once they got Paul George, look how fast it moved, Skip Bayless. That's why he couldn't move like we wanted him to move. He's like, well, I was going to do what I wanted to do. Granted, you were going to do what you wanted to do, but it'd been very, very interesting, Skip Bayless, if Sam Presti says, nah, we like Paul George. We gonna hold on to it. I would have loved to have seen what what Kawhi Leonard and Uncle Dennis, what would have been their next move? Because Sam Presti could have checkmated them. And then where do they go from there, Skip? So when I look at it, it was the heist of the century. Nobody saw this coming. And that's why everybody was speculating, oh, Toronto is going to be Lakers. Clippers are out of it. Because I kept saying, he wants to play with other great players because of the workload. Clippers ain't got anybody. They got Knight. Lou Williams is a great piece. Montrezl Harrell is a great piece. Pat Bev, but they're not superstars. I'm like, they're not getting Giannis. Paul George just signed. Jimmy Butler went to Miami. Who can they get? This is what he was talking about. Skip, the Lakers need to let this go. Look, it's like this, Skip. If you got a girlfriend, you can't get mad at the other girl tell you she won't give you her phone number. You already got a girlfriend. You got AD. So if you didn't get Kawhi, so be it. Let it go, Lakers. You're not getting Kawhi. Kawhi's decided to go to the Clippers. It's okay. If AD, LeBron, and what you have in place is not enough, that's on you. Okay. But I'm done with you guys talking about he played you. So what? It happens all the time.
He did play them.
He did.
He might have cost them some slightly better players, maybe significantly better, like B-listers. And they scrambled to get D-listers, but they did an excellent job with the D-list that was remaining.
Yes.
So I give him that. And I've told you before, and I'll say it one more time, I was impressed that number 2 chose not to play with LeBron and AD because it would have been over.
Yeah, it would have.
So he said, no, I want to compete against him. I need some help. I need Paul George.
Correct.
The 2 SoCal guys got to go to the Clippers, to the stepchild, and we're going to fight the Lakers because they were both Laker fans growing up, obviously. And it's still possible that in 2 years, both of them will, depending on what happens with LeBron and his career, where he's going, they might just go to the Lakers in a couple of years because that was their ultimate destiny in their hearts, I believe.
You know what, Skip? And I kind of like this better because what we've seen for the last 3 years, it was going to be, okay, who is Golden State going to beat in the finals? Now when we have big 2 pairings, we have AD and LeBron, and you have Paul George and Kawhi, and you have Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, or you have Giannis and Chris Middleton, and I really wish KD was healthy. KD and Kyrie. Skip, we got these big 2 pairings now. Now it makes it fun because for the previous 3 years, we know, and we always said this, barring injury, nobody's beating Golden State. Now, there's a realistic chance. We can say, oh, it's going to be Clippers, it's going to be the Lakers, it's going to be, I forgot James Harden and Russ. Oh, it's going to be Philly, it's going to be, and that makes it very, very interesting. And when was the last time, Skip? Here we are. Teams have already started going to training camp in football. When was the last time the NBA dug this much into an NFL season? We've never seen anything like this.
We're deep in July, and we're starting this show with number 2. And now back to number 2. In my situation, I will also say this. I would have been slightly more impressed if on Saturday night at the Pacquiao fight, he would have come over by himself, not send his uncle over.
Yeah, he's sending them folks for you.
Yeah, send folks.
Yeah.
But if he had come over and said, hey, just want to remind you, my name is Kawhi Leonard, I would have, okay, you got me, but you're still going to be number 2 to me.
No.
Okay, but he sent Uncle Dennis. I had never even seen a picture of Uncle Dennis, so would I recognize him? No. His name is Dennis Robertson. and he was able to operate in the shadows as his representative, number twos, but not his agent. So Dennis Robertson didn't have to play by the rules that other agents are governed by within the confines of the NBA. Am I right about that? Did he not bamboozle? Did he not offend? Did he not alienate some people in Toronto and with the Lakers?
Yes.
Did he not, according to ESPN, ask both Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka to, I don't know if they helicoptered or drove all the way out toward, where was it?
Thousand Oaks.
Yeah. To meet with him just so he could be in the vicinity, that post-meeting he could go right over to talk to Paul George.
Probably was already in the hotel where he was at.
He might have been waiting for them. Okay, is that not the ultimate disrespect to pay to Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka, especially to Jeannie, right? Okay, so that's all emanating from the power player who, according to a lot of my NBA sources, is Dennis Robertson, not number two. That, again, he is the uncle, I think, on the mother's side. It's a complex relationship that I'm not sure of. But the point is, Kawhi lost his father early. He got murdered in Compton at the car wash. Yep. But the point is, Uncle Dennis has run his business affairs and his league affairs for the last couple of years, I would say.
It probably started, it didn't start the season before the injury. So in that season, that's when it started. He took over. And I guess that was when, all of a sudden this started happening, when they started working behind the scenes.
Okay.
How are we going to get up out of here?
So I think he got away with, quote unquote, near murder on the NBA front, so to speak, where you're operating in a gray area. You can get away with that an agent would get disbarred for some of the activities that went on with Toronto, with everybody.
Well, we hear the stories and we don't know, we can't confirm this, Skip, is that Uncle Dennis was asking for things, or Kawhi was asking for things. He knew Toronto. See, Skip, if I don't want to be somewhere, I just make the demand so outrageous, outlandish, that I know you're going to say no. Therefore, it makes it easier for me to say, okay, well, I appreciate it, and I get to move on. Because of some of the things. Now, we have not been, I haven't been able to pin down anything. Well, what was he asking for? And for me, I've always asked Skip, why the hell does he need an interview with Toronto? He just spent 1 year interviewing Toronto. I know for a fact that the Toronto Raptors let Kawhi Leonard and his daughter ride on the team plane. That's not conjecture. That's not innuendo. That's fact.
Okay.
They let him have whatever he wanted. They let Uncle Dennis come and go as he saw fit. Fact. So what do they need to tell you to make you to want to stay when they've given you, you want some of your medical staff to come? Have at it. You want to sit down back to back? You don't want to play? Good. How many more? Load management, 22. Bruh, take what you need. And you need another meeting to do what?
To keep Plan B on the back burner. That's all. You just need to keep them hanging on just in case you can't get a second star to go with you to the Clippers. He wanted to go to the Clippers from the start.
But he also needed to play Toronto and the Lakers against the Clippers. Because if the Clippers thought he was going back, there's no way they're going to do what they did. They had to have they needed to feel that, man, if we don't do this, we're going to lose Kawhi. So not only I'm going to give Toronto the last meeting, knowing good well that he wasn't going back. He was never happy. He was cool with the team. He liked, but he was never happy in Toronto. And anybody that tells you otherwise are lying. So this is how he had to skip. He had to play all three sides against each other in order to get to his ultimate destination. LA, not the Lakers, the Clippers. And he did it masterfully.
He did.
And so hence the name Kawhi's are so safe. Because he pulled one off on the...
You pulled out that nickname.
Skip, he got us, Skip. He got us. You know what? And we thought all the time, because I was like, man, Skip, I don't know if he's going to be able to make it through the playoffs. I mean, you see the way he limping? And lo and behold, this how Kaiser did it, Skip. You remember at the end of the movie, he was limping, or he was a limp, and all of a sudden...
Walking faster and faster and faster.
He got up out of there with what? He was perfect.
Oh,
Lo and behold.
then you get all the flashbacks of, oh, that was that guy, that was that guy, that was that guy.
Yes.
Aha.
Yes.
Well, now I'm seeing the flashbacks, right? But here's my final bottom line takeaway. Be careful what you wish for, number 2, because now you are in the catbird seat.
Sure.
Now you are the focal point of next year's National Basketball Association.
Yep.
The spotlight is firmly on you.
Yes.
This year, starting this past year, did anybody really think much of the Raptors?
No.
Did anybody expect them?
No.
No. Did you think much of the Raptors
No.
in the first round of the playoffs? Well, they were somehow managing to beat Orlando.
Right.
Wow.
And remember, Skip, they got blown out the first game.
Yep, they did.
And you're like, oh, man,
Okay.
Toronto, gee.
Get rid of them, right? Well, guess what? They are now the Los Angeles Clippers NBA favorites.
No, we the favorites.
No, we're
the favorite.
second. But a lot of people have the Clippers as favorites. I've got the Clippers as
I
favorites.
don't know why.
Yeah.
Oh, even after Uncle Dennis does still.
Yeah, I got them as the favorites because I want to see how number 2 responds as the favorite. He's never had this. Remember, he was the 4th wheel in San Antonio for most of those years,
Yes,
right?
yes.